How influential have my parents been in my spiritual life? Our family stays centered around God, so when our family stays centered around God, I'm pretty much centered around God. And so they've basically taught me that that comes first, family and God, and then school, sports, and everything else is kind of an extra.
I think they've influenced me by teaching me how to read the Bible and doing Bible study every night. And when I got baptized this year, they made sure I knew everything about baptizing and what it means to be baptized.
Well, my parents have started out by bringing me to church ever since I was little. I mean, even before I knew what was going on. And I was always around the same people, and I grew close to those people. They just made me feel like I was part of a family, and I just always knew that I wanted to be there.
We do like a spiritual devotion every single night, and then we'll pray at meals. Then we'll have like a spiritual conversation like every Sunday or so, and we'll talk about what happened at church.
If it weren't for them showing me Christ and taking me to church, then I definitely would have been a different person. I wouldn't have been going on mission trips, and I wouldn't have been as strong as I am right now.
Yes, I actually do see like the neglect in some parents and like the unneglect in some parents, because like you can see like kids neglecting how they dress and neglecting themselves by like cutting themselves, or you can see like scars, and then like they'll act differently around people to get attention.
I think it's important and it helps a lot when the parents are encouraging you, because when your parents aren't encouraging you, you just kind of feel like, well, they don't care, so might as well just do whatever you want. But I also think that it is possible for kids to, grow up without their parents even encouraging them. They can still come through it, because you have to create your own spiritual life. You can't just rely on what your parents are telling you. You have to learn things on your own.
My life would be different if my parents encouraged me in my faith, because I'd be able to go out and do a lot more. Sometimes they don't always agree with everything that I'm doing, but it'd be a lot easier just to, on my own, just go out and help somebody else or get involved in something at the church. My parents' lack of interest in my spiritual life has made me really want to work harder to be a follower of Jesus, because I'd really love for them to come to Christ, and so it makes me want to show them the life following Jesus.
I feel like parents are probably the biggest influence on a child's success, because if a student knows that their parents are concerned and that they care, they're going to, in general, for the most part, do their best to please their parents, to be accountable to their parents. But it's pretty evident when a student does not have that accountability at home, because their response to their schoolwork or their poor schoolwork is oftentimes, it doesn't really matter because nobody cares.
If every parent took an active role in their child's life, then the discipline problems, we wouldn't have to worry with that at all. And the education, test scores, everything would just definitely go up. The kid's behavior to a teacher is what you have to overcome first, then you could educate them. So with that out of the way, that barrier out of the way, and then being able to just teach as we are there for would just be so much easier.
A student who has a strong faith and who has a family who's strongly involved in that faith relationship has confidence, because they know that they're valuable, they know that they're important, and they know that there's a reason that they're here and that they're doing the things that they're doing. And that confidence just spills over into every aspect of their life, including education.
But I can't speak enough about a parent praying. I know personally, coming from a Christian home, Mom and Dad, number of hours they put and prayed for us 3 kids. It took us miles.
I would say that one way for parents to become involved spiritually with their children is simply to be an example. Don't be afraid to let your children see and hear you praying, having some quiet time.
My prayer is that other parents will pray. It's okay to pray in front of your kids.
They need to see that. Devotions daily, it's okay for your kids to see you read the Bible. It goes a long way.